All right, let's take a look at this warm-up question. You have 52,500 annual gross income, exemptions totaling $3,000. If the state taxes 1.5% for the first 2,500, 3% on amounts over 2,500, what's your annual income tax obligation? Well, we start out with our gross income. And the first thing we're going to do is take out any exemptions, because exemptions are things you don't have to pay tax on. So we start by taking our total income of 52,500 and we subtract the $3,000 in exemptions. Okay, when we do that, we are left with $49,500. All right, our next step here is that we have a two-tiered tax system. For the first $2,500, we're going to pay 1.5% tax. So let's find out how much tax that would be. We take our decimal, move it 2 places to the left so that we have a decimal rather than a percent. 0.015 times 2,500, because that's just for the first 2,500. We get $37.50. Okay, well, since we've already talked about the first 2,500, I'm going to subtract that now from our income to find out how much would be left. Okay, because this will be the amount that we have over the first 2,500. Okay, when we do that, we get 47,000. All right, so we calculated the tax on the first 2,500. Now let's calculate the tax on what's left. So the part left over was $47,000. It says we pay 3% on that. So move the decimal 2 places to the left, 1, 2, and we multiply. 47,000 times 0.03. We get $1,410. Okay, well, that's the first 2,500 was $37.50. The rest of it was $1,410. We go ahead and put those together and we'll have our total tax. Okay, when we do that, we get $1,447.50 would be the total income tax. All right, Herbert Crumb is interested in a colored television. It is marked down 30%. Its sale price is $426. What was the television's original price? Okay, well, let's use the complement method here, which, remember, we talk about how much we pay instead of how much we had off. So if it's marked down 30%, you get 30% off. What percent were you paying? Well, out of 100%, we subtract 30, you are paying 70%. Okay, the sale price was $426. So if we take the original price times 70%, because that's what we're paying was 70% of the original, we get the new price. Again, we move the decimal 2 places to the left, that gives us 0.7. So if we take the original price times 0.7, that gives us the sale price of $426. Divide both sides by 0.7 to solve this, and we get our original price. And it looks like the original price was $608.57. So again, we had a markdown of 30% off, which meant if you get 30% off, you're paying 70%. So we were looking at 70% of the original price, or the regular price. If we had had to find that, we would have done 0.7 times the original price, and that would have given us our sale price. Since we had the sell price, we set this up this way and divided by 0.7, and that gave us our original or regular price.